Okay, so now we are still in the Math 1 book. This is page 41, exercises 13 through 22. And the instructions say, find the value of x so that the function has the given value. So in other words, find the x value given that the function value is 18. Now if it says the function value is 18, that means that the f of x, this expression right here, is the same thing as 18. So don't take 18 and put it inside the parentheses for x, because 18 is not x. We're trying to find out what x is. So what we need to do is take this 18 and plug it in for f, or for f of x. So 18 equals 4x minus 2, and from here we're going to add 2 on both sides. So therefore 18 plus 2 is 20. 20 equals 4x. Divide by 4 on both sides. And 4 times 5 is 20, so 5 equals x. And you can stop there. 5 equals x. Or x equals 5. Next question is we're going to be essentially doing the same thing on every one of these questions. So I'm going to take that 39, that is the function value. 39 equals 7x plus 4. Subtract 4 on both sides. So 35 equals 7x. And 35 is, of course, a multiple of 7. So when I divide by 7, I expect to get a whole number here, or an integer. So the 7's cancel out. You get x equals 5. Now, is the answer always 5? No, it just happened to be 5 in 2 questions in a row. The next question, we have 21 is the same thing as q, so 21 equals 6 minus 5x. And a lot of folks get confused here on whether this 6 is positive or negative. Well, it's understood to be positive if there's not a sign written out here, so we're going to subtract 6 on both sides and get 15 equals negative 5x. And then we're going to divide by the negative 5. And this gives us positive 1 here, because negative 5 divided by negative 5 is positive 1x. And negative 5 goes into 15, negative 3 times. And again, I like to just circle the answers to let everybody know that the answer is x equals negative 3. Okay? So this question says, find the value of x when g of x equals 14. So I'm going to take the 14, substitute it in, subtract 8 from both sides. 14, tell you the way I do this, I typically say 14 minus 10 in my head, and I'll get 4. So 14 minus 8 is just 6. So 6 equals negative 3x. And then I notice that there is multiplication here, and the inverse operation of multiplication is, of course, division. I'm going to do division there. Those cancel, you get x equals, remember, if there's a negative sign in the denominator, you're never going to leave it in the denominator. You're either going to put it in the numerator or out to the side of the fraction. But in this case, it looks like negative 3 goes into 6 evenly. So it's just going to be an integer answer there. So you can leave it like this, and in many cases I do. Some people like to write the answers just like to rewrite them with x on the left side. And that is important oftentimes when you're doing inequalities. But it's also okay to stop right here, because if negative 2 equals x, then x equals negative 2 by the law of symmetry, or the symmetric property of equality, I guess is what I should call it. So 17, same kind of thing. We're going to take the 23, substitute it in for h. I'm going to add 13. 23 plus 13. 20 plus 10 is 30. So this looks like 36. And then I'm going to divide by 9 on both sides. Notice I've run out of room here, so I'm just going to do a little arrow this direction and say that x equals 4, due to the fact that the 9's cancel out. And when you do 36 over 9, you'll get 4. Because the 36 is bigger on top, then this is going to be a whole number here. Or a number greater than 1. Okay, so in other words, I don't want you to write 1/4 there. 9 does go into 9 one time, but it leaves a 1 in the denominator. And 9 goes into 36 4 times, puts a 4 in the numerator. So that's why I get 4 over 1, or x equals 4. Okay? Last, number 18. 30 equals 12x minus 30. Ooh, big mistake here is that a lot of people would go straight into this and say 0 equals 12x. Here's the problem, that when you add 30, you get 60. You don't get 0. 30 plus 30 is 60, which equals 12x. Divide by 12 on both sides. If I'm not mistaken, that answer is 5. I'm just going to double check that. Okay, I'm going to type in 60 divided by 5. Just make sure that it's 12. Sorry, 60 divided by 12 and make sure that it's 5. There it is. Okay, so 5 equals x, or x equals 5. Okay, so we're going to take the 3 and do the same thing. 3 equals negative 4x minus 9. Add 9 to both sides. When you add 9, be careful, this is 12 equals negative 4x. Divide by a negative. When you divide by a negative, you get a positive 1 here, positive 1x. And 12 divided by negative 4. Now, some people are going to think 1/3. Some people are going to think 3. And of course, the answer is going to be a negative. So let's see which one's right. The answer is negative, so I'm going to write negative. The 4 reduces into a 1 because 4 goes into 4 one time. 4 goes into 12 3 times. So it's essentially it's negative 3 over 1. Negative 3 over 1 is your answer. X equals negative 3. So for all of you out there who said x equals negative 3, you had the right hunch. Number 20. Now we start to see decimals, and a lot of people just start getting tripped up as soon as they see a decimal. I encourage you to just try it, just give it a shot,